Hello and welcome back. And in the previous lecture, we talked about how to construct a project network diagram, especially the activity on arrow network diagram for construction project. I've come up with an idea called 25 card tricks or 25 card puzzle, in which we'll be constructing the network using just the playing cards. So, I'm really excited to share this idea. Let's get started. As all of you know, a standard playing card deck consists of 52 cards, like 4 suits, club, hearts, spades, and diamonds, and each consists of 13 cards plus the 2 joker. Here we are, we have got the 52 standard playing cards, and the ace of hearts, clubs, and spades and diamonds, we call it face cards, and the jack, queen, and king are called as court cards or face cards, and the rest of the cards we call it spot cards or number cards, number from 2 to 10. And to remember this suits of playing card, you can use this mnemonic called chased, which is clubs, capital C, and capital H stands for hearts, and then S, capital S stands for spades, and D stands for diamonds. So you can remember this mnemonics. Many playing cards will have two jokers. In fact, some playing cards will have two jokers plus an instruction card, or in some playing cards will have three jokers, one the extra joker, and with the instruction or without the instruction cards, and so on. Fine. So what we're going to make use of these playing cards is that, so here we are, the rules, the problem, the problem statement, in fact. So the rules is we need to draw 25 cards from a playing card, I mean deck of playing cards, then that inclusive of joker. That's very important, so I'll let you know why we want to specifically use jokers. And then we need to construct a network kind of arrangement, you can first construct a matrix of 5 rows and 9 columns, and then probably you can use these rules to construct, you can pick and place the cards and replace the cards, so that you shuffle up and finally you will have a sequence, which is pretty much an important thing in this puzzle. Let me explain you some of the constraints, which is the underlining principle by which you need to construct, or the one that is called hindrance that could affect your construction process. So it's not an easy puzzle, but it's not very difficult puzzle as well. So by trial and error you can probably able to solve it very quickly. And here it is, like the adjacent card should not be the same suit. Say for example, if I choose a spade, the nearest card should not be spades, but it could be other suits as well, right? And then each column, as I told you, we have 9 columns and 5 rows, and each column should have a maximum of 4 unique suits. Supposing if you have spades, clubs, then hearts and diamonds, then probably you should not have a repetitive stuff like 2 spades or 3 spades or something like that. So that should be avoided. So four unique suits should be provided in each column. So that's number one. What happens if we have a row of 5? So that is where you can place the jokers in place, right? Something like that. And then use of joker cards are mandatory, something like that. Let me explain you this rules with some graphical representation. This is how the probably the 25 card tricks, the final layout will be. This I've kept all face down cards, so that like it will give you a clear idea of the layout of this card puzzle. And this is what I told you, column 1, column 2, column 3, and we have row 1, row 2, row 3, and row 4. And you can have full of packed cards in a row, or just a single card, a few cards in a row. And same way the column, fully packed columns or missing playing cards. So that finally it should be 25 like this. So this, if you count, it will be 25 cards. Right. So the underlining principle, the first is like the adjacent card should not be the same suit. Let me give an example. Supposing this is a layout. So this is the card we need to pick and place from the deck of 25 cards. Right. So here you can see the adjacent, these are the adjacent cards to this, like the king of hearts, the ace of spades, jack of hearts, and queen of diamonds and queen of hearts. So a card has to be placed here such a way that that is not repetitive of the adjacent suits. So for example, I cannot replace the spades because spades is nearby, and I can even replace it by diamonds because diamond is also nearby, and I can even place hearts because hearts is given the adjacent cards, right? So remember, this also comes into the adjacent. Here there is no card, so we don't have to really worry about it. But you can see this is fully packed row, so this is mandatory to check. And for example, if I place ace of hearts, then this is an error. It's an incorrect representation. The reason is that one thing is king of hearts is above, so that cannot be given. Or here jack of hearts and queen of hearts. So this is an incorrect, pick or incorrect selection. Next, take a look at the another card called Jack of Diamonds. So will this be a good selection? Because you see, this is hearts, spades, and spades, and hearts and hearts. It's a unique card. But then you can take a look at that. We have a nearest diamond, Queen of Diamonds, so we cannot place it. And one more important point is that you can see each column should consist of maximum of 4 unique suits. Like here you can see it's not unique because jack of diamonds and queen of diamonds both are diamonds. So you can see king of hearts, hearts, 2 diamonds, and then spades. So from this we can see that it is not a valid choice. And remember that from this we can get an idea. We have got hearts selected, diamonds selected, and spades selected. The one suits that's not selected is the clubs. So what happens if we place some cards on the clubs? Yeah, so now we can see that when we place a clubs card, like you can probably see it's not the heart suit, or you can see it is unique from the adjacent elements. So this is pretty much a good selection. In fact, this is a correct selection. So that is how you have to build starting from this till this by this logic. So this is typically the 25 card tricks. And I felt it will be very difficult because the number of iteration will be pretty high when you select this 25 cards from this full deck. But instead, I have simplified this problem by taking only very few cards. Say for example, 25 cards, but but not the the random selection. But we have got this 25 plus a joker. So which means that we know what are the cards to be done. And in fact, more importantly, I have picked place few of them and I've arranged them also. Like say some of the cards I've given for you to really you know take a look at that, and you can eliminate from this slot. So only you will be only left with a few cards, and that will be placed in this, and that will be your task. So your task is to find out the remaining elements in this cards or remaining cards in this set, and then pick place them such a way that it will follow the rules of not coinciding with the adjacent cards. I mean, the suits not coinciding with the adjacent cards, and then every column should have a unique 4 suits, and use of joker is mandatory. For this example, then the simplification example, we have used only one joker. So one joker plus 24 cards, like 6 cards per suit, 6 4, so 24 plus 1 25. So that will be placed in this 25 thing, right? So the solutions we'll be discussing on Monday. Just kindly make a note of this, and you can see when you solve this you can probably understand the concepts like the successor activities and the predecessor activities and the forward pass and the backward pass, which is pretty much an essential concept that you should know in construction project management, especially in construction scheduling, activity on arrow network diagrams, right? So I hope you really enjoyed this lecture.